welcome to my booktube channel. This is my second video, so I am so floored by the response that I got from my first video. I cannot tell you how unbelievably happy I am that people spent 39 minutes watching me talk. But I did not want to torture people again, so I'm going to make a very short video this time. So today I am going to show you my August book haul. So this was a great month for reading, even though I slumped a lot, but whatever. I got a lot of books this month, especially because this month was Raksha Bandhan, which is a Hindu festival, and it's about, celebrating the bond between siblings, mainly brothers and sisters. So Raksha Bandhan is about asking your brother to protect you. So I don't exactly believe in that ideology or even the religion. I am agnostic, but I like celebrating festivals because they're more about family for me than they are about, the religion or even the ideology. So anyway, since it was Raksha Bandhan, I got to demand that my brother buy me gifts, which was great because he hasn't given me gifts in like 4 to 5 years. Because I haven't been at home that much because earlier I was in college and then I was at work. So yeah, great time for me to come home and get gifts. So I asked him to buy me books because that's what we do. I got books from him and I got books from a couple other places. I got some of my pre-orders. Let's get to it. First up are these beauties. All these were given to me by my brother. I am very, very grateful, but also I expect way more because 5 years worth of gifts. But okay, I am going to be nice about it. First one is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I have recently started reading this for the Poppy Readathon, which is being conducted by Krisha and Nandini. I will link their socials below. And this is an amazing book. I've only read like I think 300 pages of it. Yeah. And it has about 530 pages. So I'm really, really into this book. And it certainly tries to cover a lot of things, along with the themes that it explores are very interesting. And it is actually somewhat based on the Sino-Japanese War. So it is very interesting to read. And it has, like I said before, it is trying to cover a lot of things. So things are moving very fast in certain regards. So the pace is a little, I don't know how to explain what the pace of this book is, because it is trying to cover a lot of things and they sometimes spend a lot of time in the same place and then they move along. So yeah, it's very weird, but it's so annoying that those transitions are so smooth. Like you barely feel them. It doesn't feel like, oh, this just whizzed past. You feel the time moving, but at the same time you're like, we did not spend that many pages on this time period. It's very annoying. That is what I'm trying to say. I am annoyed at how good the transitions with respect to pace are in this book. But yeah, I'm reading this and I'm loving it. It's giving me a lot of feels. Also, the author recently confirmed that the protagonist of this book is bisexual, so I am living. The second book I got from my brother is Empire of Sand by Patrick Suri. I have heard great things about this one from Krisha and I think Mathangi and Shruti. They really, really love this book. This is a fantasy with an Indian setting, so I'm extremely excited to read it. And I don't know why I thought this was a standalone, but I realized that there's another book. So now I'm kind of like, because I don't like reading series until they're finished because I just forget what happens in the books, or I don't have a lot of patience, so I get impatient and I'm just like, I need to know what happens next right now. I don't like suffering that much, but also I do like suffering. And the third book I got from my brother is I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman. I have heard really good things about this one and I'm looking forward to reading it, especially because it has a boy band in it, which I haven't read about in like a long, long time. I think the only time I read about boy bands was in like weird Wattpad fanfictions, and they were really weird. Just like, I used to be like, why would you spend so much time thinking about this? But people did. I hope they're doing great. But yeah, some of that was really weird. So I'm excited to read this one. I have heard that it has trans rep and bisexual rep. So yeah, let's see. I have only read Heartstopper by Alice Oseman till now, so I'm excited to read her other work. Let's see how that will go. So let's move on to the non-Rakshabandhan books, and this is one of them. This is A Song of Faith and Ruin by Rosanna Brown. So I was actually on the street team for this amazing book, and I had a wonderful time reading it because it's really great. The mythology and the folklore and everything that is in this book, the world building is based on Ghanaian mythologies, and the characters, they are really interesting. I don't have a big vocabulary, so I'm going to be using the same words over and over again. Anyway, so yeah, this book is really great, and its sequel has been announced, and it's called The Psalm of Storms and Silence. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one because wow, and the cliffhanger that this book ends on, it's not good for my heart. Also, Karina Alhari, this woman right there. You can step on me. I'm allowing you to do that. Please step on me. The other book I got that I totally was not expecting because I hadn't ordered it, but I got it as part of like a combo offer thingy. But yeah. So this is A Phoenix First Must Burn. This is a book of short stories and it's all about black girl magic. So I'm really excited to read this. I've heard great things about this one. And I just love it. I love this cover so much. And yeah, I'm a big cover whore. I will read books definitely based on their covers because I think covers tell a story about the book, and I think that's very important. So this book I pre-ordered in February and it reached me in late August. That's how bad the pre-order system is in India. Okay, somebody needs to do something about this. But does not matter because it's The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu, and I am a big Marie Lu fan because I have only read The War Cost Duachi, but I am so much in love with it. I really like its world building, and I think as someone who plays video games, I really like the way that it explored the entire video game area. Yeah, I have seen a couple of books about video games and even like movies, and I don't know, they always seem a little bit off, but with Warcross, I was totally hooked. So yeah, that is one of my favorite series of all time, and I am a big Marilu stan, and this is why I bought Kingdom of Back. And also because it's about Anna Maria Mozart, and she does not get the limelight and the spotlight that she deserves. She was amazing, but we are all about, oh, Wolfgang. Anyway, I am really excited to read this, especially because it has certain fantasy elements, and I really adore historical fantasies. So another book I got is Fire Spore by Nina Varela. So I like this book because it's sapphic. I mean, there's no other reason you need to like this book. But yeah, it's sapphic, so I like it automatically. Also because it takes this element from sci-fi and it puts it into a fantasy world, which is robots have taken over the world. So I like this book, although I think there were like a little holes left in the world building at some times for me because I wanted to explore it a little bit more. But yeah, I like it a lot anyway, mostly because it's sapphic. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to its sequel, which is called Ironheart. And I have learned from the excerpt that Nina Varela posted that it has the fake marriage trope. And I am dead. I am dead. I cannot tell you. It made me like 1000% more excited for the book because I just can't. Like, I can't. I can't deal with that. Another book that I pre-ordered and only now received is Loveless by Alice Oseman. So this book, I was really excited to read it because it has ace and error rep. But then I have learned that it kind of paints pansexuality in like a bad light. So I'm just like a little cringed. But yeah, I'm gonna read this and find out for my own because I have the book anyway. Also, I think that I told someone I would buddy read this with them and I totally forgot about it and I have not started reading it at all. So I'm sorry, whoever I promised I would buddy read this with them. Now, on to the pretty hardcovers. So I got The Extraordinaries by TJ Klune. This is another book I pre-ordered because I listened to its ALC and it was really fun. So I found this book to be extremely funny, especially with how the voice actor who did the audiobook, he read out the comments on Nick's fanfiction. And it was just hilarious to like hear him read out those comments. So I would highly recommend its audiobook. I enjoyed it a lot. And this book has queer superheroes. So like I was always going to love it because I have spent so much time looking at white cishet heroes. I am so tired of it. Like I know that there are a lot of superheroes who are queer, but they only exist in comic books and they haven't like been brought to the screen yet. So I'm looking forward to that. This book holds a special place in my heart because of these queer superheroes. Although I would definitely like to see some more women in this book. So I'm really excited for the sequel, especially with the way this ended. Also, the protagonist of this book, Nick, he writes fanfiction about himself and a superhero in his world. Also, he has ADHD, so I found the portrayal of ADHD to be quite good. I don't know if I am the right person to comment on it, but yeah. Also, this hardcover comes with a reversible cover. Let me show you. Here we go. So this says, "This is where we scorch the earth," which is the title of Nick's fanfiction that he writes about himself and his favorite superhero in very Superman-esque positions because he like essentially looks like Lois Lane in this. I love this reversible cover a lot because it's so fun to look at. Also, it is 100% the reason why I pre-ordered this book because I don't usually pre-order books unless like I am highly anticipating them because they are very costly and this is a gay book, so it's going to cost a lot anyway in India because they are not easily available. But yeah, I'm really happy that I spent money on this because this reversible cover is beautiful. Pretty hardcover number 2, and it's Felix Ever After by Case and Calendar. This book is amazing. Its cover is the most beautiful cover I have seen in the entire world. It is so good. Also, this is something that actually happens in the book, so that makes it even more special. I love it even more. Also, this book is so great because it deals with, finding your identity and even then feeling like you don't know yourself. Also, it has like a very good and realistic portrayal of the way that your life sometimes can be. Because I really like that it didn't take this like very rom-com stance on certain things and it took its own route. So like I said in my last video, Felix is one of my favorite queer characters because I love him a lot. He is a baby, he needs to be protected. Also because he is very amazing. And this is one of the only books I have read with like a demi boy rap. And I love it so much for it because when I went into this book, I had heard about the trans rap and I had heard about bisexual rap. But then when I read this book, and I was like, oh my god, he is a demi boy, and I was so fucking happy. Also, we learned recently this book, this beautiful, amazing, gorgeous book, is going to be adapted into a TV series. I just I can't handle it. It's going to be adapted by Amazon, I think. But yeah, I saw it on Jason Calendar's Twitter, and yeah, I've just been. I have no words. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that this is going to be turned into a TV series because this is so important. To see a black trans baby boy on screen is going to mean so much to so many people. And I just hope that they do the best job imaginable about this. So, pretty hardcover number 3, and that is the Hina Wars. And I tried not to cry right now because I have dreamt about holding this in my hand for so long. So I was lucky enough to read an ARC of the Hina Wars, and I was in love. So I read the ARC and then of course I had highlighted passages and stuff, and I would just read them over and over and over again. And I could not wait until this book released just so I could just talk about it nonstop 24/7, which I have done a lot. And then when Sapphicathon happened, I listened to its audiobook and I cried all over again because I love this book so much. I can't handle it. Okay. Also, this cover is beautiful. I love illustrated covers so much. Like I cannot tell you how much I love illustrated covers. And this is just too beautiful for my eye. I can't. I just can't. I can't believe that I'm holding this in my hand because this is a hardcover. This is a diverse book, and I knew it would be so hard to get it in India, and it was. So this released on 12th May 2020, and at that time, I think Muslim Readathon was doing their Ramadan Readathon, and they asked a question which I answered really quickly, and they gave me this book, and it is so precious. It is so beautiful. So thank you, Muslim Readathon, for sending this book my way, even though it took so many attempts and so much time. I cannot tell you how amazing this feels to hold this book in my hands. I am soft. The last book I got is Apsara Engine by Visak Som, and this is actually a graphic novel that I wanted to read for Transithon that happened in July, but due to COVID and me changing my address because I came to live with my parents, this couldn't reach me in time. So Transithon is happening again in November, and I am going to read this then. Also, I think there is another graphic novel by the same author that is available for downloading on Edelweiss right now, so I would highly recommend you do that because this is an Indian trans author, so I'm very, very excited to read this. I love graphic novels so much, and they're so expensive, so this was too, but I can't even, I love graphic novels, and I can't buy them because they're so expensive, so somebody do something about this. I don't even know who I'm asking, but somebody do something. So that's it. So I hauled 12 books in August. It was a great month. It was actually my brother's birthday, but I got so many things and I'm so happy. I did give him a gift. Okay, I give him a gift every year. He doesn't give me anything. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, click the subscribe button. Wait, is it this side? This side. I don't know. Okay, click the subscribe button. I think it's this side. Yeah, subscribe to me. Maybe check out my Instagram and my book blog. I am trying to be more consistent over there, and I am always talking about diverse books, by fantasies or science fiction, or cool contemporaries because I love them. Once again, thank you so much for supporting me and watching my 39-minute long intro video. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Also, my next video is going to be spicy as fuck. At least I will try to make it spicy as fuck. But it is going to be chaotic as fuck, for sure. I'll get you then.